Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AJ's house. After that very, very fire set, you know, standard procedure. You click right over here, you listen to the mix, and then you come back. But if you've listened to the mix, you already know I've got one of the finest in the industry. Make some noise for Masšh. Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
Cool. Yeah, what's up? Just dropped the best set on AJ's
Jamil,
house. What do you want me
standard.
to do right now?
Jamil, what's standard?
Umunati, dog.
Nah, I'm good.
No, you're competing for best dressed on the show.
Is it?
Let's just start them. But the fashion, I check your profile. You don't take it lightly.
Yeah,
It's like a thing that you do.
Yeah.
It's part of your brand.
Yeah, that's true. It's just part of how I express my creativity as well. It's not just music only. So I try and infuse those two out. I grew up just loving clothes and, you know, the fashion side of things. I've always like had that interest. I mean, in primary was one of the first times I actually designed a boot.
A boot.
A boot.
Oh, like yeah.
An actual boot.
In primary.
I think I was in either grade 6 or 7.
That's dope.
I lost those designs, so ish.
That's dope.
But
That's
yeah,
dope.
man, yeah. Fashion is
Before we get into a lot of things, bro, just give me like a young brief introduction because I don't want the ones I've read, dog. I want the AJ's House exclusive. You can only find it here type intro.
Which ones did you
One.
hear?
No.
Which
The ones
did
that
you
we
hear?
can't even mention here on TV. Me, I always go into the dirt when I look for people. It's controversial.
Yeah, okay, who's Masšh? Oh, it's actually a hard question because it's you have to be genuine with your answer. So I would say Masšh is just a simple guy who has always been a creative. If I wasn't doing music, I was probably still going to be doing something that has to do with creativity. I'm a very open-minded person who's very driven by experiences, you know, and that reflects in my music. I don't just make music for vibes, you know.
Of course.
It's always personal. It's always, I could, maybe if I knew something about you that really speaks to me, I could write on that, you know, and maybe you relate to that and you're like, yo, shit, this guy knows me. You know, I just capture your
The energy.
Yeah.
And that's why I was telling you earlier that this is a producer show because when you see a person play their own song, there's a certain energy that goes towards the image, the facial expression,
yeah.
how they play their music, how they look when they play the music, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what inspired this whole podcast, dog, to just shed some light because
Yeah.
your songs move generally faster than you can move, in more spaces than you can move.
Yeah.
Your songs have probably been in countries you haven't even touched yet.
Definitely,
you know?
definitely. Like I get, so there's a song currently, but it's still not out yet. I'm working on releasing it. So there's a song I did with Hyenah here. It's called All I Got. I remember Cairo played it in his kind of music radio show in June last year. Since then, every week I get different messages from different people, different countries,
About that
different
song.
backgrounds. They're like, yo, wow.
No?
Wow.
That's
That
fire,
song,
bro. That's
yo.
fire.
So it is also like kind of humbling to see that we also in a space where we can reach certain spaces and markets that back in the days you wouldn't imagine that you'd reach that
Ever.
far, especially
Ever.
as an independent artist, you know. That's why I guess most people are drawn to like getting into majors and all those things because it for sure back then it was probably tough. you know.
Right?
Yeah.
You are from... Where are you from?
Born or where do I reside?
Born and raised. Let's get the story.
I was born and raised here in Joburg.
In Joburg, yeah.
In Joburg, but Gaye, I'm from Limpopo.
Mopedi.
Mopedi.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope, yeah.
Mopedi. I mean, there's a song, Bakuni.
Yeah, Bakuni, yeah.
That represents...
I thought that was the Tswana thing.
Bakuni.
Yeah. Or
I
it's
don't
a
know.
petty thing.
I mean, you know how these
It's
cultures
really,
are.
intertwined somewhere.
So
no?
perhaps, I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say no because I'm not really sure. But yeah, but from my perspective, it's basically reflecting my culture as Mopedi. And, you know, I use certain elements that are only exclusively for those ceremonies that they would have like in Barakeng. Barakidin, military or whatever they call them. They would have this weird drum and that they play with with these weird sounding flutes. But I couldn't get that flute, so I just used the drum and my aunt's chants, and that was it. Just to reflect where I'm from, because the EP that I did was in touch with my roots. That's why I titled it MoAfurika.
MoAfurika. Okay, okay,
So
dope.
yeah.
All right, Fresh. You have you consider yourself on your profile, as it says, a African electronic music producer.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
What's the challenge having that sound? Because it's a very unique sound
Yeah.
in this country.
In this country,
Right now, in the landscape that we have.
what's the challenge? Oh,
Or you don't find a challenge?
I
Maybe it's
think-
soft for you. You're doing what you're doing. You're getting the
No,
appreciation
there
you
are
feel
some
that
challenges.
you deserve.
There are some challenges. So
Or let me not say what the challenge is, rather.
Yeah.
Because you want to look at that. How do you find yourself with that music in the space? How is it relating to South African people?
I'm going to answer both questions actually, because I feel like they're two different. So with the first one, the challenge is that I feel like South Africa moves slow in terms of catching up with music. So when you always introduce a new sound or a new type of style, you really have to sell it to them. You have to. You have to. I know a lot of guys in our space that introduce something new, and it took time for people to catch. But when they catch, they catch. So I think that's the challenge with that, and it's gonna stick for a while. And with the other question, my experiences with pushing this sound is that, for me personally, I do experience a lot of doubts. As I said, it's something that is not easily adapted to.
It's tough to say.
Morai, So you do experience doubts, like, okay, here's the song. Do I think it's gonna work? And mind you, I specifically made it for South Africa. I've specifically made it for this market, but you're like,
These people aren't here, man.
these people are, because I remember with MoAfurika, as I said, it's literally purely an African sound. Yes, of course, with electronic influences, but it's predominantly African. So I'd expect that to resonate.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't even use any English in that. I was like, I'm not using any of these languages, your Kenyans or what. I'm gonna use strictly home languages, Chivenda, Chitsonga, Xhosa, you name it, Bedi. That's literally what I wanted to do, so we can introduce these beautiful languages we have to the world and to even our neighboring countries in Africa, And to my surprise, this EP does well that side.
It does.
So
literally every producer that comes on the show says the same thing. Their music is doing so well that side, and then this side it's like, it's not there yet, but I made it for you.
So I was like,
I've got you. I've got you.
But for me, the sticking point is just the open-mindedness of our people. It's it's still on the works. Of course, for people who genuinely support this music and follow it, they always are ready to jump on it. But we want to try and reach a wider market if we're going to make this work and grow, and have your podcasts even become even bigger than what they are. We need a whole culture that is able to even attract people who have a simple ear. So that's currently the challenge for me. My music is very different.
Yeah, you say that, and then I believe you, and I'm trying to also figure out who your three inspirations are. You don't even have to say now. You can even say back then, the people that have had an impact on the sound
in the music I make, in the sound.
And it's mama le papa, like the people within the
mama le papa Joan, they don't produce, they don't make music. So
you said the influences of your sound where you have to have grown up with some of that somewhere. That's what I'm saying. In the musical space, who do you resonate with, or who impacts your sound?
Musically, no one.
Yeah.
It's let me explain it this way. It's things I listen to so many things. I don't listen to just house music.
But I get
you. I listen to everything, and all of those things come together and make Masšh. Because in fact, again, I'm referencing that EP again. That EP will explain everything you want to know about me if you listen to it and you analyze it. From track 1 to the last song. It's literally, I could literally just use that sound, yeah, track 1 and create a whole album. Use the sound, yeah, track 2 and create a whole album. Use the sound, yeah, and so on, so on, so on, so on. So those sounds there represent all the influences I've had in music.
Yeah.
I mean, with the first song, that song, I'm sure a lot of people didn't expect that kind of sound. Lo Mhlawa, it's very slow, it's very mellow, it's very nuanced. It's literally an inspiration from noir jazz. That's the sound that literally captured me to make that song. You know? But if I should give you a person or a few people that maybe I've emulated how they move, not necessarily how they make music, would be who's this guy?
Can't be that hard.
So there's there's so many
Silent people drink on the show. It's just that you made us start at 9 a.m. I don't know. I'd be looking like I have a problem drinking
so
at that time.
So there's Shigeto. He's not even a house producer. He's more in the electronic space. He fuses a lot of jazz with this electronic sound, you know, and the way he does it, it's so mind blowing. And then there's Black Coffee, of course. And then there's definitely Da Capo.
Da Capo, no?
You know?
That's
Definitely Da
Dog,
Capo.
you need to do a song with Tagzin.
What tags it?
I really feel like you need to do a song with Tagzin. I feel like something dope would come out. How do you resonate with the sound?
No, I do. Actually, we do chat. We do speak. I remember we met at Zex Bantwini's first block party in Joburg, the Mayoni block party.
I remember that. Late last year.
Yeah, late last year. I think I met him there. Either there or deep in the city, one of the two.
Yeah.
Because it was around about the same time. And now we had a conversation. I was like, hey, bro, fan of your music. I was like, oh, dog.
Like what?
Let's see what we can do. You know, we just exchange numbers. And you know, of course, I know some people, just because we exchange numbers, and I'm not saying that he's doing that, I'm just generalizing. They then expect a collaboration in 2 weeks, in a month. Like, it doesn't work that way.
So you want to wait for the energy to be right, and the timing must work.
To get along.
Yeah.
Imagine now, you're a douchebag in studio, you have your own habits that maybe I don't understand, you know, and I need to adapt to those. You don't give me a chance to get to know you. I mean, creativity is very sensitive. I don't know and just say, yeah, no, let's go. Maybe there are some people who are able to do that. I can't, you know. And especially with it's about to studio, I
can't work like that.
I can't.
I can't even work with anyone in the studio, bro. Not even one person. I can't. I will send you stuff and then you will tell me. Once you're in studio, the energy is gonna be completely different. Yeah. Because I'm playing for an audience now in my mind. I don't know.
That's the thing. It's an audience when you don't know the person. You get it.
Got you.
Yeah. So that's why we need to engage. We need to engage outside of music.
Yeah, true.
You know?
I've got you.
Let me know who you are. I'll tell you who I am. And if we get along, we get along. If we don't, doesn't mean that we can't be good friends or whatever. And sometimes we do get along, but the music just doesn't connect. You know. I've had so many collaborations like that, and now these people, they hound me, and I'm like, yo.
Who are these people?
I will not give you a song that I'm not happy with.
That you're not happy with.
I'm not connecting with. Because I remember there's a remix I did for Gams called Izulu. That remix took me a year and a half to finish. I know he was patient. He was like, dog, I've understood how you work. You know? Because I kept telling him, I was like, bro, this is a dope vocal, and I don't want to mess it up. So. And he was like, I'm not stress. So.
And you're also sure about what you sent.
Yeah.
The time you sent
you know, because when I sent it, especially with remixes, if you notice, my remixes don't necessarily sound like my original music all the time. Because I try and do what the song wants me to do, whether it's the vocal or whether it's that main melody of that song, I want to follow what it's telling me to do. I'm not gonna try and be like, okay, I edit stuff, so that's why people can know that it's Masšh when they listen to the remix. No, I'm just gonna do what the song wants, and that's it.
I've got you.
So with that song, it was the same thing. I was like, yo, this is challenging, and let me relax. Get that like born, and
Hey man, you've got a very, very interesting creative process, man.
Yeah.
But we can all see it when we see it. It's like,
Yeah,
it's
now,
already there.
yeah.
We know what we're dealing with. All right, you dropped MoAfurika EP. I think Kudala wasn't part of that, no? It was.
It was part.
Also, it's been a while since that
So-
EP has been out.
Yeah, so I dropped Ilanga as the leading single. Then I dropped Kudala as the following single, and then I dropped the EP. So they're
That's
all
dope.
part of that EP.
That's dope. All right.
And yeah.
And we obviously got to tell you so that's fresh, man. So upcoming projects, what are we doing?
I have something with Rise, Hyenah. I did a remix for Hyenah.
Nice.
That's coming in 2 weeks on the 14th of April. It's called Rain Queen. I actually played it.
Nice.
So we'll see if you want to.
Was it towards the end, in the middle, at the beginning?
Yes, that's me. I don't know, dog. Eto, when did I play that song? When did I play it?
We'll have a listen. We'll figure it out. It's all right, man.
It's somewhere there.
So that's coming
So
up. The
that's
remix with Hyenah, yeah?
That's coming on the 14th of April.
Yeah.
And then I have a single I'm planning to release in May. Also actually played one of the song. That one I played towards the end. And then there's a collaboration I did with Ndanga here. And someone really, really, really big wanted to hop on that song. Actually, it was supposed to be released on Jan. So he caused the hassle to push that back.
Just
so
to
that
be
he can
a part of
be
it.
a part of it, you know.
That's dope.
So,
And you obviously, that NDA vibe.
yeah.
That NDA.
Yes.
Can't really talk about it right now. Type thing.
Yeah, so it's ish, and I'm eager, you know.
To say, nah, don't launch it now, bro.
You know
Don't
what?
launch it
I'm
now.
patient, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him do his thing, and we'll announce when it's ready.
You know?
So and then there's yeah, man. So far, I don't want to overcrowd my releases. So right now I have these 3-4 releases that I've planned, and we'll see as the
time
half
goes.
of the year is done, and I'll plan from there what's next and what we are to do. Because how my career moves, sometimes something can happen just now and becomes aligned with the path, you know. And again, I'm actively trying to fuse the fashion space with my music. So I'm speaking to a lot of fashion people to see how we can collaborate in different ways.
Yeah.
Whether it's inspiring, whether it's about collections that are inspired by the music I make, or inspired by the artworks maybe that we would make for the music, or maybe the music inspired by the collection, you know. So
We dope to entertain
Yeah.
those, yeah. All right, man, that's dope. In closing, man, there's a lot of people that follow you. There's a lot of people that are inspired by you. What do you have to say to a producer that might be looking up to you and wants to be, not necessarily you, because
it can't be me.
I can't be Masšh, my boy. Look at this guy. You try to be this guy.
no, they must
But
not
you
be
know?
me. They must be themselves. That's one thing I can
Yeah.
I can definitely vouch for, is that I've once tried to emulate someone.
Who are you trying to emulate?
You see.
No, I want to know, dog. So the picture makes sense, you know?
Oh, it'll still not make sense. You think it'll make sense?
Tell me and we'll see.
I've tried to emulate.
This is why I don't want like a crowd here. Now
Yeah.
it's trick.
I've tried to emulate the cup. I've tried to emulate. Who's this? He's not a house guy. Fuck.
Fashion guy, probably.
No. Actually, the fashion thing. Hi man, I just grew up with that. Honestly, I literally just grew up with that. I don't know where it comes from.
So basically,
truthfully.
your thing is just to be yourself.
Exactly. Like I tried it. As I was explaining, I tried it and I was like, if I'm gonna sound like this guy or be like this guy, then I'm just gonna be a shadow of this guy.
Yeah.
Each time people listen to me, we're like, yo, I know what's on list mamang. Oh, I hope it's us.
Nah, dog, me, I was born into being a shadow the whole time. Every time I go, yeah. If I know Arthur, no, in Arthur, every single flipping day of my life, dog. Story of my life.
Yeah, but
I get what you're saying.
But that you grew into that.
Yeah.
I have a choice. Either I put myself
And people
in
are
the
pissed off when
situation-
I don't do house, when I don't do quite like I'm supposed to
Not
be.
like
jumping
you
on
have to do your own thing.
That vibe.
You have to do your
I
own
get
thing.
what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to do like. So for me, you have to be yourself. You have to be, you have to be authentic. You have to. You have to own your own experiences, your own mistakes, your own paths, your own insecurities, your own failures. You know, your own ideas that you think are bonkers. Those make who you are. You and I will not interpret poetry the same way.
True.
So if I try and analyze from your perspective, then I'm not being myself. You know.
And you do yourself a big disservice.
Yeah,
doing
you
that too,
understand.
yeah.
So you have to always see things from your own lens. Yes, it's good to reference from other people. You have to, but always see things from your own lens. At the end of the day, that's how it's supposed to be. You have to be truthful. It's scary. That's why a lot of people don't do it. It's very difficult to be vulnerable to yourself. So people shy away from that. They're like, think about it, because this is a proven concept.
Yeah.
He's done it. So I'm sure I'm going to experience exactly what he experienced.
I've got you.
So,
Hey man, big shout out for coming through.
wait,
Be
thanks for
yourself,
having me, man.
dog. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna link the MoAfurika EP right over here.
Yeah.
Make sure you check it out and show the boys some love. Masšh, Instagram. And like, what's up with your name, dog? This S with that thing. What's going on there? Is it a pronunciation thing?
Or
Is it
the Karen S.
Karen S? Yeah.
I know a lot of
Oh, it's just a
people.
vibe.
Yeah, no, it's not a vibe. It's intentional. So that S. So how Masšh came up. I've had a lot of nicknames before Masšh. Yes. Some are
No?
disgusting. I don't
Okay.
like them.
No, I
so,
just- yeah.
So the S, again, it references my identity, my culture. So in Sepedi, when you write the SH, you put that gap.
Oh,
So
of course, so
Masšh.
it's got some meaning.
Yes, so it's
All right,
Masšh.
all right, that's fresh.
Yeah.
So now, man, just tell us your social media pages, handles, all of that. And
Yeah,
then we're
it's Masšh worldwide, MASSH worldwide, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and then TikTok. I'm trying TikTok, but if you wanna follow, you
Must
can
do that.
follow.
You must do that. Ask dog. So it's a lot. You wouldn't. You've never tried that.
Ask,
It would work.
it's too much
It would
work.
work. Must ask your boy. I'm sure you'd agree.
Yeah, it's too
It
much
would work.
work.
Dog. It's already there. Anyway, you'll do it one day. It'll work out, and you say thanks.
Yeah, so TikTok is Masšh worldwide
Yeah.
01, I think. Yeah.
Masšh worldwide. So it's Masšh worldwide.
Yeah.
All over.
Yeah, I don't want to complicate things.
All right. Big shout out to you, my
Nah,
boy.
man,
Thank
thanks for
you.
having me.